Welcome back. I wish you happy new year to everyone. Hope this year will bring quick relief from the pandemic. Hope things will be better soon. This is my first video on Git. There are so many videos out there for Git introduction. If you're someone complete beginner, please watch introduction videos how to install based on your operating system. uh, it's a very straightforward thing for you to go and get it, grab an installer, and then you're good to go. In this video I'm going to give you the tips and tricks, some interesting concepts about Git. These are the questions I've received from most of the juniors, so hope these tips and tricks will help you out. I would be completely using command line to explain most of the tips and tricks here. Let's get started. First thing first, I've already cloned this repo. I've created this repo already. There is one empty file I've already pushed, so it has nothing right now. Let me go back and show. It has only one commit, which is listed like initial commit. Even if I look at git log, you can see that is being listed here, only one commit, that is initial commit. One of the most frequently asked or confused piece of Git is, let's say you have something in GitHub that is already pushed to the GitHub. Let's say currently I have only one branch being created, that is master. Even the same thing is with me right now. So let me go and create another branch from the GitHub. Yeah, we can create another branch too. I'm gonna create feature one. So once you type it, if the branch does not exist, it will ask you to create one. Just click on this guy. It's gonna create one branch from the master. You are in master. Please remember, when you create a branch from master, it is gonna copy all the content from the master. Let's say you have created the branch already here. If I try to check out to feature one branch, it says path spec feature one did not match any file known to Git. This is because you cloned it. You cloned this repository before new branch has been created here. Let's say how do I get it here? Most of the people does this. What do? They go to code and then they go again clone it, they copy, and then they do git clone. This is not the best thing to do. If you wanted to get all of them, there is a command git fetch -p. -p stands for prune. If you look at it, it is telling there is a new branch. Feature one has been added here. Let me check out git checkout. It's showing all of the, I'm using autocomplete just by pressing tab. Feature one, now it is checked out to that particular branch. The reason being, if you do not do git fetch -p, it's not gonna fetch any changes from the remote copy, and the local copy should always be up to date. Let's say there are like 10 developers working on a single repo. Each and every day there are so many things are coming in, so many people are creating new branches and then merging PRs to the master branch. So if you wanted to get the updates of remote repository into the local repo, see, local repo and remote repo are two different things here. The remote changes that are made by some users won't be copied over to your local repository unless you do git fetch. Once the git fetch has been done, it is going to get all the remote content. It could be new branches, it might be deleted branches, it could be any data, any content added to the master or updated to any other branches, so that you will have updated information in your end. This is the first thing I used to do when I was working. Let's say, because we were working in a big organization where like so many people are committing to the master branch, so many peers are going every day. We wanted to be up to date with what the master is having. Otherwise, let's say you are working on for a project for a week, then probably there would be 10-12 commits coming in. If you are going to rebase with the master with your feature branch, it's going to take a lot of time resolving the conflicts. I'm going to explain the resolving conflicts in the upcoming videos, probably next week or so. Let's say if there is another branch, let me create another branch in the remote. assuming that this was pushed by another developer. Let's try feature 2. Let's say I'm gonna create branch. Once I create it, so it's here. Let me go back. Let me get checkout feature 2. So it says it's not there. It's the same case now because someone pushed some changes to it, so things are not being shown right now. So how do I get it now? Get fetch minus p. It says new branch fetch 2. If I do git checkout feature 2, now it's gonna check out to that particular branch because it has been copied over into my local repository. So this is one of the concept that most of the people should be aware of. Let's assume that feature 2, someone updated some content. Let me go to the feature 2. You can edit files even in GitHub also. Let me add some data. Okay, I'm typing it as I was talking. Let me save it. You can put some whatever commit message. I'm gonna go with this guy right now. Something has been added, but how does your local repo will know that? Get status. So it says nothing. But let's say if I wanted to merge with the changes that has been added, if you look at the commit history for this branch, actually there are two commits have been added. If I go to this branch, I do git log, it's showing only one of them. If you look at it has only initial commit. So how do I get this? The first good way is to do git fetch first. That is gonna copy all the objects meaning at the git internally maintains all the data that is there in git as an object into local repo. I will show you how does it do it in a moment. When I do git fetch minus p, it's gonna say enumerating done blah blah blah, and then it says from, it is doing some unpacking object, though it is not being listed here, right? The first MD. How do I get those data? The one thing is you need to do git pull origin, mention the feature to branch. What does it do? It's gonna pull all the changes from the remote into the current branch. I mean the branch you're in. Once after I pull those details, if you look at it, let me add some data has been copied over to this file system also. Even if I look at the git log, I'm gonna use one line -5. It will show git log as single line, and then -5 means show only 5 entries. So previous 5 entries. There are 2 entries now, meaning there are 2 commits have been added to that. So this is how we can get it. Let's go back to master. If you look very closely what's happening here, the content, whenever I switch the branches, git knows what is the branch content right now. Let's say even the same files are present in both feature 2 as well as in master. So git is aware of what are the changes made only into that branch. There is one more trick or confusing piece here. Let's say I'm gonna show it to you right now. Let me add some data here, adding some more content. Watch, it is master branch now. I saved it. I'm gonna do, let's say I'm not going to add anything, meaning if I do git status, it is telling it is modified. If you wanted to take a look at the diff, you can just do git diff, and then it is going to show added some more content to the first MD file. So let's go back. Now this file has been changed in the master. Let me try to check out now to git checkout feature 2. Okay, now it is telling, if you look at it, your local changes to the following files would be overwritten by checking out. So it is not allowing you to check out. So if you wanted to go to another branch where the same file exists, it is not allowing you to check out to the feature 2 branch. Still there is a way to do it. If you wanted to force it, git checkout feature 2 -f, it's gonna forcefully check out to that branch, discarding whatever content changes made in the master branch. Let me go back to git checkout master again. That content is gone. If you look at it, the content is gone because I forcefully checked out from master to this branch. if you do not commit those changes, you're gonna lose it. Okay, you won't be able to check out to another branch unless you commit the changes. There is another interesting thing here. I clearly mentioned the same file. Let me add another file now. New file. Please watch it. This is the master. I'm in the master branch. Git status. Now new file has been added. Okay. Let me check out Git. Now Git checkout feature 2. If you watch it, it did not throw any error to me. Why? Why is it? Because new file whatever we have added to the master was not being tracked by the master. What is being tracked? Whenever you create a new file, it should be added to the index so that Git will track it. If you do not add it to the index, that file will not be tracked by the Git. So Git will never know what are you doing with that file. If you are really wanted to know what's happening here, now if I do git status, that file has been moved here. If you look very closely, the same file has been moved here as well. Let's say I have another branch. If you remember, git checkout feature 1. Let me go to feature 1. Still I'm able to check out to feature 1 as well. Let's say git add dot. Now I've added this to the staging mean we have added to the index, so git can track it now. Let's do git status. The color has been changed to green. It means if you look at it, changes to be committed. It is just staged. Okay, let me do git checkout feature 1. Still I'm able to go to the feature 1, and if I do git status, still that file which was added to the staging to the index of the master still being carried over or moved to the new branch as well. Until you commit the changes with a commit message, it will be moved to the new every branch that you're checked out to. So be watchful about it, which branch you're in, and then whether before checking out to other branch or doing some changes, make sure always do git status. Let me go back to master now. I've switched the branch again, and then let me do git commit -m added new file. Let me look at the log. Now initial commit, and then we added new file as well. Once it is done, if I get checkout probably feature 1, so if I go there, if you look at the left hand side file explorer, that file is not being listed. As and when you switch, Git knows what content is present in that branch and what is not. How does it know? How does Git knows? If you, this is the Git intro. If you look at the folder name, this is the copy. There is a .git folder. That's a hidden folder. By default that will be hidden even in Mac, even on Linux, even as well as on your Mac Windows system too. In Mac, if you wanted to show the hidden folders, just do shift command dot. It is going to show you the hidden folder. Let's get into it. If you open it, if I go to the refs folder, there is a ads. If you go to the ads, it is maintaining files for each and every branches that we have created. Okay, this is how Git internally knows. It is going to track internally. You don't have to worry about it. So if there is a new branch added, just git fetch it. One warning, or don't ever play with or change the content of .git folder. This is internal to the Git is going to maintain this for you. If you alter or delete any one of the file here, you're losing everything in the local repo. And there is one of the advantage keeping the local repo, even though remote has been updating every time. Let me go back to repo and then go to the branches. Let me delete the feature 2 now. Once it is being deleted, right, feature 2 branch has been deleted from my repository, from the GitHub. But if I just do git branch, it is still being listed in my local. Okay, if I just go git fetch -p, Okay, sorry, git fetch minus p. If you see, it says branch is deleted. It is not deleting the objects, these refs objects that is maintaining. Okay, so if I go and then git checkout feature 2, still I'm able to check out to that branch. Even if you wanted to just get back that, if you have the local copy, local repository still present in your local system, if you do git push, okay, if I do git push, see, it is pushing the details to the feature 2, though that was deleted from here. If you look now, it's back. Let's say if you are deleted by mistake or someone deleted from the GitHub repository, but you still have the local copy, you can recover it. In a way, just push it, so it's gonna come back with all the things that you had in your local. What are the Git aliases? Git alias is going to help you reduce typing. Let's say git checkout, the branch name, git checkout, and whatever. Let's say I wanted to push it. There are so many things that you can do. Let's say I have already configured my git aliases that frequently that I use every day. If I say git config minus minus, this is the command. If I wanted to list them, if I just do it, already username was set, user email. This is the first step that you do when you install git. If you look at it, alias.s, it is doing status. You don't have to type git status every time, you need to just type git s. If you look at it, there is a cl, checkout last. CL means checkout to the last branch. It is like the abbreviation, I kept it like this. Checkout hyphen will help you go back to the previous branch. Let's say I'm gonna demonstrate how does it work. And then CM means checkout master. Fetch P means fetch minus P will be just F. L15 means log minus minus 1 line 15. Let me help you create one of that. Git config minus minus global alias dot l10. L10 is not available in my list. I'm gonna create one. If you wanted to create, you don't have to specify git here. Just say git log minus minus one line minus 10. This is the git command that you want to execute when I say L10. I entered it. It is, if I go and just take a look at the list, see L10 was added as this guy. So if I do git L10, see, it works for you. If I do git F, so it's gonna fetch it for me. I don't have to type git fetch minus p each and every time. If I wanted to check out the, I'm already in the master branch. Let me check out the git checkout feature 1. I'm in the feature 1. Let's say I wanted to go back to the previous branch I was in. How do I do? Git cl. Git cl, if I type it, it will go back to master. If I just git checkout feature 2, I'm in feature 2 now. If I do git cl, it is going to feature 1 because I was in feature 1 before switching to the branch feature 2. If I wanted to go back to master, I have another alias created, git checkout master, that is cm. It's going to take me to master. That's it for now. I will upload more videos on Git tips and tricks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share with your friends, and please do like it.